is up, Buttes and viewers? My name is Kiss, and welcome back to KTV Network. Today I'm reacting to the 11 best Indiana Jones video games. Mojo Plays. I didn't even know Mojo Plays. Alright. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Alright, let's go ahead and watch this. Wait, what was I doing? Oh, press play.
Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're following the clues and exploring the 11 best Indiana Jones video games.
Oh, so good.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo!
That's a very good game. I'm actually currently playing it right now. It's on video tabs, and I'm coming out with a new one soon. A new video.
You laugh and dance! For this list, we'll be looking at the best adventures of everyone's favorite fedora-wearing archaeologist and diving deep into the tombs of his video game library to uncover only the best treasures in his historic catalog. What was your favorite Indiana Jones video game? Leave only the comments you feel should be in a museum down below.
Yeah, that one definitely.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
These are relics.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
I didn't even know it was around since 1991. That shouldn't surprise me though. That's not surprising.
Like most video games that came out in the late 80s and early 90s, there were multiple versions of the same title created by different developers for the many systems available at the time. And while Ubisoft also released a version of The Last Crusade for the NES, the Taito version was by far the superior one. The Taito version managed to recreate the scenarios from the iconic movie with stunning detail for the NES, and even used bitmapped captures of the actors in the movies to convey the story.
Oh, that's
Taito
cute.
went above and beyond to not only constantly switch up the playstyles between levels, but should Indy fail in a level, Henry's diary could be stolen and a new level would be accessed, allowing Indy to track it down to
Oh, so kind of like choice consequence gameplay. I like that.
recover it.
For 1991, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
No.
The only arcade game on our list, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, although brief, managed to capture all the elements of what made the movie such a classic. Players could choose what order they wanted to complete the levels in, and would have to temple run their way through mines multiple times, with each run adding more hazards and enemies. This was a quarter-munching arcade game after all. Thanks to the additional graphical power of the arcade cabinet, Indy was able to move freely throughout the 2.5D environments and recover the Sankara stones before making his dramatic escape. The game even incorporated not only the iconic minecart scene, but also the dramatic escape on the rope bridge and the final confrontation with Mola Ram. Kalima! Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, the action game. Although carrying the same name as another entry later on our list,
I love that
Indiana
whip.
Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, the action game, leans more into its subtitle rather than the point-and-click effort we'll get to in a bit. While both titles follow the same plot, this version focuses on the punch-first, ask-questions-later side of Indy's adventures. Using an isometric perspective, the Action Game Edition lets players more freely explore their environment, and even allows players to take a more stealthy approach and avoid some combat encounters should they choose. Even with a more action-centric approach to the storyline, the game still allowed players to partake in various side activities such as gambling at the casino or playing around with darts. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings.
Oh, this is my
I see
game.
you already found what we were looking for. Thank you. You've saved us a lot of work.
Until Machine Games' upcoming Indiana Jones Global...
Did they use his voice? Did they use Harrison for these earlier games? Because I know they, with the new one, it's Troy Baker.
Trotting Endeavor, this was Indy's last
emulating his voice.
In the Staff of Kings, Indy attempts to recover Moses' staff that famously parted the Red Sea
Like, that
before
takes some
the
skill.
relic-obsessed Nazis can get their hands on it. Originally planned for the PS3 and Xbox 360, development instead shifted to the PS2.
Back when the word
and
Nazi
3,
actually
with
had
the latter
meaning.
making use of the Wiimote's motion controls to whip up some trouble and even team up with Henry Jones Sr. in a console-exclusive co-op mode. Unfortunately, even despite the best of intentions, the Wiimote motion controls held back the experience on Nintendo's most popular console, making the PS2 version with its superior graphics and interactive environments the best way to take down the Nazis in Indy's last video game adventure.
Oh, that's
This was to
cool.
keep the staff away from unsavory types.
A little late for that, don't you think?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
He
the graphic
romances
adventure.
everybody.
As we stated earlier, there were usually more than one version of an adaptation released back in the day. And while both versions of The Last Crusade are worthy of a spot on the list, the graphic adventure manages to be an even more faithful adaptation of Indy's last great outing. Featuring all of the normal trappings of a point-and-click game, the graphic adventure managed to balance puzzle solving while also recreating some of the film's famous action sequences. Players were given multiple solutions to puzzles, as well as the ability to talk their way out of some encounters altogether that could lead to one of 3 different endings. Those with physical copies of the game got a replica of the in-game diary that could even help them solve numerous puzzles. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine.
It's the new thinking in archaeology. Find some worthless debris, analyze it, understand prehistory. Kind of noble, don't you think?
By the time Indiana Jones began his quest for the Infernal Machine, he'd had no shortage of video game outings, but his search for an ancient Babylonian power source was his first foray into the 3D realm. In another break from tradition, Indy went up against the Soviet Union while also teaming up with the CIA to track down the missing pieces that could open the gateway to another world. All the trademarks of a great Indiana Jones adventure were present here, and the developers rightfully took cues from the Tomb Raider franchise that was obviously inspired by the famed Relic Hunter himself. Indy was able to solve puzzles, engage
Really?
in fisticuffs, shoot
I always thought Tomb Raider was inspired by Indiana Jones. And it's good, so that's interesting.
out, use his trademark whip to engage in combat.
So, I would have been bored playing this because I don't, as much as I tried to get into Tomb Raider, I just couldn't. I couldn't. And it sucks because I love baddies, but Tomb Raider is just so boring
combat
to
and
me.
puzzles, and even take control of numerous vehicles during chase sequences.
This one
Everything
would've
that made
bored
the
me.
Indiana Jones films
The new one doesn't.
favorites was here, all at the player's fingertips.
Perhaps it's best, Jones. Your Drugi have the machinery, but you have the satisfaction of knowing their betrayal will cost them their lives.
Yeah, that cheers me up.
Indiana Jones's Greatest Adventures.
Are we counting down to 1? There is no countdown.
The original trilogy of Indiana Jones movies are some of the most beloved movies of all time, and while there have been countless adaptations of their individual stories, it was Indiana Jones's Greatest Adventures on the SNES that managed to perfectly encapsulate the entire trilogy. Following in the steps of the Super Star Wars games, minus the atrociously unfair difficulty, developer Factor 5 managed to faithfully recreate all the best moments of Indy's many adventures into a playable 2D experience of Indy's greatest hits, while also giving players boss fights against notorious villains not seen in the films. Unlike Dr. Jones's future 3D outings, this was the closest gamers got to living out their relic hunting adventures with the whip-toning archaeologist.
Oh, actually, it looks like fun. I'm not gonna lie. I love these end
Indiana
end
Jones
battles like that
and the Emperor's Tomb.
that are 2D. Kind of reminds me of Sonic.
Now.
Okay, you've made your point. I've got what you want right here.
Okay, so that's not his voice.
The best indie adventures pay homage to the original source material while also building on them. And that's exactly what the Emperor's Tomb does by placing itself squarely at the start of adult Indiana Jones's adventures, taking place before even the Temple of Doom. Unlike many of Indy's other video games, the Emperor's Tomb focused more on action rather than puzzle solving as Indy searches for the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. Along the way, Indy crosses paths with familiar characters and
That
the
would be
events
so
of
much
the
fun.
Emperor's Tomb tie directly into the start of the Temple of Doom. The
Oh, I
Emperor's
didn't know he
Tomb
had a
might
spear,
not
a
have
javelin.
reinvented the action-adventure formula that not only inspired other gaming treasure hunters, but Indy's use of improvised weapons helped keep combat engaging, and the story's canonical importance gave
Yes.
longtime fans a deeper look into the famed archaeologist's early adventures.
Indy, we were supposed to meet with Lao She to talk to him about that Nurhachi job.
Lao She can wait.
Lego Indiana Jones,
Yeah, it
The
almost sound
Original
like it.
Adventures.
They tried.
Although Indiana Jones is more known for destroying priceless relics and temples, Lego Indiana Jones gave him the chance to rebuild those artifacts and finally put them in a museum where they belong. Chronicling the original trilogy of classic Indiana Jones films, the original adventures was
Lego games have always bored me. I'm sure there's a market for people, and I've played it every now and again. You know, back in the day.
a love letter to longtime fans, and while it used much of the tried and true Traveler's Tales formula, the attention to detail and over 80 playable characters made reliving the best of Indy's adventures feel new and exciting, like seeing them for the first time all over again. Even without a single spoken word of dialogue,
You know what's
in Lego
happening.
games at the time, Traveler's Tales managed to adapt even some of the more graphic parts of Indy's many adventures into something kids and parents could enjoy together. It remains one of the best Lego adaptations the developer has ever done. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
That's the place where I found the Holy Grail. For a moment, at least.
The best Indiana Jones story
Oh,
ever
so I
put
feel
to
like
screen, Indiana Jones and
the
the
one
Fate
that's
of
out
Atlantis
now
is arguably
is
one of
number
the
one.
greatest adventures the famed archaeologist has ever undertaken.
Or they're probably going to say
Although players
last
can
but not
technically choose
least.
3 different modes in which to play the game, focusing on either wits, fists, or team-ups, this point-and-click adventure primarily focuses on Indy's investigative and puzzle-solving abilities, as well as navigating branching dialogue paths that affect the outcome of the entire story as Indy searches for the legendary lost city of Atlantis. Not only is this regarded as one of the best Indiana Jones stories ever told, including movies, it's also one of the best adventure games ever made from the developers of Monkey Island at the height of their craft. And out of all the entries on our list, is the one most deserving of being preserved in a museum. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Y'all better not spoil this for me at all. At all. If I see any spoilers, I'm checking out.
Just put the guns down.
Go ahead. I'll knock your teeth out.
Out of all the games on our list, none have managed to put fans and players into the fedora of Indiana Jones the way Machine Games' The Great Circle does. Admittedly, the perspective does take some getting used to, but otherwise, Machine Games and Troy Baker especially deserve recognition for
He
perfectly
does.
capturing the essence
He
of
did.
an indie
Oh,
adventure
he did
and
so
everything
well.
that makes Indiana
Hire that man again.
Jones such an icon. With numerous upgrades,
If you can't get
players
Harrison
can
Ford,
fine-tune
hire
their
him
play style,
again.
and the myriad of impromptu weapons alongside traditional firearms.
I love the
and
rolling
melee moves
pins.
recalls
Smack
the
'em.
scrappy
Yeah,
nature
hit 'em,
of
hit 'em.
Indy's mini brawls. The countless puzzles incorporated naturally into the environment lets players flex their investigative powers
You better
without
not spoil
overtly holding
anything
their
for me.
hand to the conclusion. With all these elements working in
I haven't
sync,
gotten to Diamond
Great
Key yet, so
Circle
that's a
could mark
spoiler.
a new beginning for Indiana Jones adventures and continue his legacy the way he truly deserves.
You have any idea how old that was?
Did you
I
enjoy
remember
this
seeing
video?
that.
Check out these other
thank
clips
you.
from Mojo
Thank you.
Plays. And be sure to subscribe.
Thank you, Mojo, for not screwing that up for me, because I'm still playing this game. So, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are perfect. That was a good, reaction. That was a good reaction video. Thank you to whomever requested that. So, that was it. Let me know what you think about, let me know what you think about this video down in the comments below. Let me know what other gaming media or other media related content you'd like me to react to. Like, subscribe if you vibe and view today, and I will see you guys on the live streams pretty soon. Take care of yourselves and thanks for stopping by.